Hello everyone, my name is Jamarl Thomas. I am your host. This is the Progressive Soapbox. I hope you all are doing great, or I should say had a great Mother's Day. It is into Monday at 1:54. This is technically Soapbox After Dark. I think I said before, when I can't sleep, and real men can't sleep, they do the news. So that's what I do. The other day, I asked a basic question. I'm going to show that video for a moment. But I just want to make this point that I am not the only one that is asking this particular question. A third whistleblower for the Intercept was popped, was caught, captured, indicted. And again, this is the third one for the Intercept. I don't know in how many years, but in a very short span of time, a third person that has decided to trust the Intercept with secret information and hand that information, believing that the government is doing something mischievous wrong, or that at the very least requires some level of oversight, gets caught. I asked, I think pretty decently in the way that I typically ask, this. I have a basic question. What is the Intercept doing? Now, I like the Intercept. Glenn Greenwald is a lion. Jeremy Scahill, love those guys. What is the Intercept doing? A third reporter or a third source, whistleblower for the Intercept has just got popped. A third source for the Intercept has just been indicted. In this case, Daniel Hill, man from Nashville, has just been charged in the Alexandria federal court with leaking classified information on the drone warfare program to a reporter. In the details, they say that the reporter sounds like Jeremy Scahill. Now, the indictment was pretty specific. And yeah, it said the Intercept, when asked about this, essentially said we don't divulge our sources. And these people are giving us really secret information on a drone warfare program where essentially they have flying killer robots and it requires oversight. One of those, a non-denial, that type of thing. But third source, what are you doing? Like, I don't think I'm wrong in asking that question. And I'm saying that as someone that liked the Intercept. I like the Intercept. Now, to show that I am not alone in this, I mean, after all, I just did software engineering and, from my standpoint, for formal education anyway. So maybe my interpretation of this is maybe not what it seems to be. Meaning maybe it doesn't seem like the Intercept has a third reporter that just got popped, that something in their process, either through incompetence or intentionality, ended up with people being caught. That's what it seems to be. Maybe I'm wrong. There's somebody else who also wants ask questions on this. Look at this. Just to show I'm not alone in asking this. I'm not the only one that noticed. Serious question for the Intercept. Do you secretly work for the FBI? This is John Kiriakou. John Kiriakou was a whistleblower himself that went to prison over the whistleblowing, over the information that he divulged. So you can imagine he's somewhat sensitive to this notion of whistleblowers going to prison. If I hand you information, the information I hand you, I expect a certain degree of safety in the way that I hand you the information. Now, I understand that you can't necessarily perfect this, so don't misunderstand me. But 3 people getting caught seems pretty high to me, especially for an organization that only started a few years ago. John Kiriakou, serious question for the Intercept. Do you secretly work for the FBI? David Hale, Reality Winner, and Terry Albury are all in prison because of you. Is it incompetence or are you compromised? You owe a lot of people an explanation and an apology. I asked this, believe it or not, the last time somebody got caught. And I came to the camera. Well, that sounds nasty. I looked into the camera and I essentially said, as much as I like the Intercept needs to explain what in their process is compromised. And at the very least, are you evaluating what in your process is compromised that may be leading to these people being caught? Except the last time, the last person was caught. That wasn't that many months ago. And here we are again. And Kiriakou is asking the inflammatory question, or are you compromised? Like, it's one thing to say, are you incompetent? That's understandable from that standpoint. Are you incompetent? Are you guys fuck-ups? Are you bunglers in regards to security and ensuring that your source is not getting caught? Because if your source gets caught, that's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, I can imagine this does bring attention to it when these people get caught and get prosecuted, but is that really the attention that you want to draw to it? Don't you want to draw attention to it by the story itself? And by the way, this has to do with the drone warfare program. The person, David Hale, was working in this program, and he said this program needed oversight. You essentially had a kill program. Now, Jeremy Scahill released this in the drone papers, and this information was being able to be matched up, and these people caught. Kiriakou goes further on this, and this is the most inflammatory one yet, right here. We shouldn't at all be surprised by the NSF blowing its sources. Take a look at this. What is this? Now, I've heard this argument. Pierre Omidyar, in 2009, anybody who publishes stolen info should help catch the thief. Now, they're trying to say that the person who, I guess, funded the Intercept, meaning the seed money for the Intercept, was an anti-whistleblower person. And so, because that person was an anti-whistleblower person, that the reporters that are associated with the Intercept are somehow blowing their sources because of it. That seems outrageous to me. That seems entirely outrageous to me, and entirely a nonsense proposition. I'm sorry. I could be entirely wrong, but Jeremy Scahill doesn't seem like the person who's going to turn his sources over just for shits and giggles because he's working at the Intercept. I don't see that. Which leads kind of another serious point of, is it incompetence? Is it possible that all of the people who are passing these guys information are just bad at covering their tracks? Maybe. I don't know what it is, but this is the third person that's popped. And Kiriakou is asking a legitimate question. I'll end it here. If you guys enjoy the content, please consider sharing, liking this video, or subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And if you definitely find yourself enjoying this content, please consider supporting the PayPal or Patreon. Thanks all.